Greetings, you wonderful warriors of the broken sword. I'm Jonathan.
I'm Nick.
And we are the Goslings, a digital speakeasy of free thinkers, authors, and explorers of the esoterica. And once again, we are here for Thirsty Thursday.
Thirsty Thursday.
Yes, Thirsty Thursdays are our fun midweek morphine drip of all things Goslings with extra spice melange added for your Dune-tastic flavor.
That's right.
Yeah.
What's a Dune?
What's a Dune? Gabe and I are convinced that we're going to make Nick watch all the Dune movies with us, and he's just going to be duned out.
I'm already duned out. I've never seen the movie. Oh, man.
Anyways, we got a great show for you. We got a bunch of fun stuff that we might have time to get to, but the main event is we're going to be interviewing our good friend and amazing talent, Roxana.
That's right.
Roxana Bio Arts. But
Yes.
until then, we're going to quickly burn through all of our obligatory since this is Thirsty Thursdays.
Absolutely. We'll start with our toast real quick. Those in the chat. We have Tricky, a Quick 66 Haya, Cactus Kicker.
Nice.
Thank you guys for shouting out in the chat. And good evening to you. Thank you for joining
Good to see
us. It's wonderful to see you guys. And I think you're really going to enjoy the interview.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching and getting the notification. Hopefully this is the right night to do this sort of thing.
I hope so. It's the only night.
Yeah, I know. Well, I think it's the only night for most people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a church night, so whatever. You know?
Let's do the toast. I think I lead this time.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, take your drinking vessels. Prepare your hearts. Take up the broken sword of your father.
And strike down the darkness.
Cheers.
Say, Nick, what are these cool mugs we're drinking out of?
These are the Kothon Spartan mugs designed by Joel Cherico at Cherico Pottery, handcrafted, hand-painted. This is the replica of what the Spartans drank out of. These were designed in collaboration with Stephen Pressfield.
Yes.
You guys should definitely drink like a man and get yourself a Kothon. Go to ChericoPottery.com.
Yes.
And then after you're done drinking like a man, wipe it from your manly man beard, that lush face mane. Tell us about what you got going on over there.
With none other than JardaniJovanovic.com. Jardani Jovanovic hair and skincare products. As you can see behind you here, this is the display of Jardani Jovanovic products that we have. Hair and skincare products made by real men, made for real men, or as I like to say, be as sexy as you are deadly. Give 007 a run for his money. Awaken your inner John Wick with JardaniJovanovic.com. Mike Fisher is the owner and proprietor of Jardani Jovanovic. He is a dear friend of the channel, and he is very based, and we love Mike to death, and he is awesome. So everybody go show Mike some love and go to JardaniJovanovic.com and support him by getting everything from shampoo and conditioner to lotion, beard balm, hair growth serum, which you can see
He's helping me out.
My brother is slowly turning into Sabretooth. You know?
Look at the burns. I got some burns going on.
Yeah.
Hey, look at that. Yeah, and I have to say, and I just started growing, right? So it's going to take a long time for me. But I'll tell you, it's going to come in. I know it's going to look good because Mike's helping me with these products. And I put some of that oil on the other day and gave my wife a little smooch.
Oh, yeah?
And she's like, "Oh my gosh, that smells so good." She said that. She said, "What are you using? That smells amazing."
There you go, gentlemen.
So there it is, guys.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And that really happened day before yesterday. Crossed my heart. It happened.
What he's not telling you is that he put it on his chest for that chest hair growth. You know, I wanted
to. All right, moving on. From my lack of chest hair. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the subscribe button. That helps us tremendously.
Yep.
As we like to say here, take up the broken sword of your finger and strike down the subscribe button and smack the bell.
Smack that bell. Smack it like it owes you money. Keep your YouTube pimp hand strong.
That's right.
Tell YouTube, is Wayne Brady going to have to choke a bell?
I love that line so much. It's so good.
And Eat your algorithm, Dave. Eat your algorithm.
And if you've already subscribed, which I think most of you have, and I'm seeing some new names in the chat. It's in the chat.
Yep.
Hey, welcome. I am so glad you're here. Will Bentacor is in the chat.
Yeah,
hello, my friend. Nice. If you guys have already subscribed and you still want to do something that would help, hit the like button.
Yeah.
Just click on the like button. You don't have to move away from the video or anything. Just that would help tremendously.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that'll do it for our self-promotion.
Yes, obligatory's done.
Yeah.
All right.
And now, introduce our guest.
Yes, the fiery flower of Costa Rica, the crown jewel of Mexico City, artist, engineer, painter extraordinaire, woman who could probably single-handedly best Helen of Troy in a duel.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to
As
see
far
that.
as being able to take down 1,000 nations if
Yeah.
she so desired. An absolute sweetheart and a gem, Roxana Barona Oliva, or as we like to say, Roxana Bio Arts. How you doing, Roxana?
Hey, Roxana.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I am so happy to be here. You are my favorite, so I am so excited.
Welcome back. We're
That's
glad you're back.
awesome.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, you are such. If for people who don't know, Roxana's been a guest a few
Mhm.
times actually,
Yeah.
and she's done some stunning visual art.
Yes.
One of my favorite things that she's done was the map for your book.
Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was neat.
Roxana, that artwork, for anybody who doesn't know, Roxana did 3 paintings for Empyrean Falling, and Roxana, you made a map for me as well. And the map was they're all amazing, but the work that you put into the map with the burnt edges and the maybe or maybe not real blood on the splatter on the
She wouldn't
thing.
tell us.
Was a curse,
Yeah,
a
yeah.
sacrifice.
See, I knew it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the power of the books. That's the power of Roxana.
Thank
So,
you.
what type of animal do you have to sacrifice to put illustrations in a book to make it a best-selling book?
Yeah, Nick really wants to know.
Maybe myself.
Oh,
I am the
There you
beast.
go.
no.
True blood magic.
Oh.
Which, as we all learned from Game of Thrones, actually kind of works.
This got
So,
real
you know.
morbid really quick and really
Yeah.
dark.
It got real metal really quick.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
metal, yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
real.
Roxana, you're probably like the most metal chick we know. So
That's a
Yeah.
compliment.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
That's an
thank
English
you.
that's an English figure
Heavy
of
metal.
speech.
yeah,
Yeah.
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 That means you're like seriously super really cool.
Mhm.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. Like
I
heavy
didn't.
metal.
I didn't know that word.
Yeah.
So I want to be something positive.
No, for sure. There's rock and roll,
Mhm.
which is cool, and then there's like metal.
Heavy metal.
Metal,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. So yeah, whenever you tell somebody that they're metal, you're just like, no, dude, she's metal. She's awesome. Yeah.
You know what? A lot of our viewers are going to see us do the horned hand, and they're going to think we're not Christian.
We're gonna
See here. I am in hell
You're-
right now.
A lot of our guests
Everything
say
is
that.
dark.
Yeah.
Roxana, we get that from a lot of our guests.
So
So they're in hell.
So tell everybody where are you right now, and why are you there?
From a country.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am now living in Mexico, but I'm from Costa Rica. So if you see that I do a lot of mistakes, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
no, it's-
learning English, and I'm working here as a tattoo artist and visual artist.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
tattoo artist.
Yes.
I don't remember you ever saying that before. I didn't know you did tattoos. That's cool.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
great.
That's where I get the blood that
I
I,
was
need the sacrifices.
That's right.
I
Yes.
knew it.
Uh-huh.
I knew it. That's great. So, do you get a lot? So, you're in Mexico. Do you get a lot of business
Yeah.
for tattoos outside the prison?
Well, in my country, I had more tattoos,
Okay.
but here I'm working more as a visual artist
Okay.
Yeah.
because there are a lot of people that when you are a stranger are scared of you. So you need first to show everything that you have as an artist, so people can rely on the other kind of work as a tattoo artist.
Mhm.
Yeah. I bet you have to have a pretty extensive portfolio in order to get into that world and build a
Yeah.
lot of clientele.
Yeah.
So, but you do so many other things too. I mean, you paint and you do miniatures. You do black and white, like charcoal sketches. I mean,
Yes.
Is there anything you don't do, Roxana? Because it's pretty awesome.
Well, I would like to be a gymnast.
Gymnast.
Okay.
Yeah, there are a
That-
lot of things, and I love music too.
Oh
I,
yeah.
I wanted
okay.
to be. I would like to be a singer someday.
No. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So is there maybe like a secret YouTube channel of you like
No, not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet?
No
Okay.
demo reels.
Not yet. I don't want the people laugh at me.
Mm.
I need to practice more.
Fair.
Believe me, you get used to it real quick.
Yeah, we got used to it a long time
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah. We're
got-
used to. You normally it's when they're reading my book.
Yeah, that's a good thing about being a writer is everybody laughs at you behind your back. when
Right.
you're
You
not
can't
there.
see them laugh.
Yeah,
Right.
you can't see them laugh at
They can't live chat a mock. They can't mock you live chat when they're reading your book.
you.
That is something that we as an artist deal a lot
Yeah.
for have the trust in our work, even if people laughed of ourselves.
Yeah. Well, and you really pursued your passion because if I remember correctly, you were originally pursuing a degree in engineering, right?
Yes.
And then you decided to stop it and just start painting.
Yes.
And that was like what, 9-10 years ago, something like that.
I started in 2011,
Yeah.
Okay.
so some
Even
years
longer.
ago.
Yeah.
But I was with a depression, I can say,
Oh yeah.
with my work, because I love engineering, but not working as an engineer in the part that I needed to. How do I say, to quit people housing
Mhm.
to build a road.
Yeah.
So there are things that I don't want to do as a human being.
Mm.
Sure.
And I wanted to do something positive. So
Yeah.
I did to change to art.
That's awesome. It's very noble because a lot of people would look at a career like engineering as being easy to make money or make a lot of money
Yes.
and say, well, it sucks, but I'm going to do it anyways because I can make a lot of money.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of people that just want the money
Yeah.
and do not see the human factor there. The
Yeah.
things that you are going to impact in the other people's lives and the house, the kids, the everything.
Mhm.
So I didn't want. I am a bad person, but I don't want it to work doing that.
Sure. We're all bad people.
Yeah,
We're all sinners. We all need grace.
I prefer sacrifices.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah. That's where you get all your that's where you get your sacrifices from. It's from the engineering,
Right.
engagements,
Right.
You're like, "Oh, yeah, you want to be an engineer? You want me to engineer something for you? Yeah, sure. Please just step into my basement over here. Don't mind that altar. That's just a geometric shape.
Yeah.
I
yeah.
promise.
I'm building something. It's
Yeah.
it's a model.
Yeah. Don't worry about
Yeah.
all the bones.
It's just for inspiration.
Yeah, it's just it's part of the motif.
So, you chose to pursue this type of art because from a place of humanity,
Yes.
right? And that kind of ties into
Yes.
one of the things we want to talk to you about. Since all three of us have last talked, artificial intelligence has completely swept through the internet, especially in literature, music, and the visual arts.
Yes.
And you're a visual artist, and it concerns us. We're a little, we're biting our nails. We don't like where everything is going with AI.
Yeah.
But I'd like to get your perspective as a visual artist, someone who paints and designs and draws and so forth. Like, what have you seen? What are your reservations? Do you love AI? Do you hate it? Like, give us your opinion.
Well, the first time that I hear about AI, I was scared.
Yeah.
I think as like any artist. But when you try and when you work with AI, you realize that if you have in your mind everything, how to do the things, the gray scales, and it's faster. It helps you to do the process faster.
Mm-hmm.
But there are a lot of people that use AI to create art
Mm-hmm.
and sell them as they were artists, and they are not.
Right.
So
Yeah.
there are an ethical problem here
Mhm.
Ethical. Yep.
that people need to create laws to change or to regulate that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The legal point of that, the copyright, the if you sell an artwork, you need to have a paper that see that you are the real creator from zero.
Yep.
But there are a lot of people that just take another people artwork and sell them as they were the authors.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen that problem potentially with books as well, because people can just come on and they can, go to an AI platform and say, I want to write a romance novel set in like the age of pirates, and I want it to sound like, Ernest Hemingway, you know.
Yeah.
And the AI, it might take 30 minutes, but it will spit out something that,
Not even that.
not even 30
Not
minutes.
even 30 minutes.
Wow.
And it'll write a full novel
Yeah.
in the voice of whatever author you prefer.
Mhm.
You just feed it the parameters and it does the writing.
Yeah.
So what would traditionally take an author months to perfect, it takes AI minutes.
Yeah.
So people don't have to learn how to write. They don't have to learn how to express anything. They don't have to be literate even, really. They just enter the parameters. AI writes it, and then the person puts their name on the book as the author.
Yes.
And
I think that
I
is
don't think
the
that's fair. I don't think that's fair.
yes. I think that is the main problem here, the ethical part.
Yeah.
Because as an artist, for example, I can use AI when I need to overcome an artistic block, and I don't know how to create something, and I need ideas. Maybe I can write a prompt, and I
Yeah.
can get some ideas, and now with that ideas create my art, but with my style. The problem here is the AI is avoiding the style,
Mm-hmm.
and everything looks almost the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's such a way to, it's a shortcut that can atrophy our mental development and it'll stunt our growth and our development, of like, because we could do that as writers too, where we could sit there and we could plug in a bunch of stuff and get around a shortcut, or get a shortcut around a mental block, which is great when you have a deadline, but at the same time, what happens the next time you have that same stumbling block, and what if you don't have access to AI, and you don't have that like handicap all of a sudden,
And people are counting on you to create something, create art,
yeah,
do some writing, and you don't have your AI slave.
For example, I work with some companies here of art tools, and sometimes they ask me to do a drawing, a speed painting in front of people. So if you, as an artist, just use AI to create your art in Instagram and Facebook, the day that a company want to take you and do something in public, you cannot do it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because of copyright, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, and also like you don't have the tools to do it because you're just relying on Skynet, on the robot.
Yeah. And it
Exactly.
draws, and it draws. It's generative. What that means is when it creates an image, it's drawing from thousands and thousands and thousands of similar images and pulling them into one. But what it creates is a recreation of all those things that match the parameters.
Yes.
So you're really like, well, plagiarizing, if you will.
Yeah.
Like they said in the chat, like Tricky said, it's plagiarism.
Yeah.
Only you're plagiarizing 1,000 different artists and creators and copyright holders.
One Lego block here, one Lego block there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are artists that think that AI just create from nothing, and in reality, they take art, copyright art from another artist.
Yep.
And and do a mix of everything.
Yeah.
And sometimes the huge artists of the world have seen their signed art in some AI art.
Really?
Yes,
Oh,
they
wow.
has discovered that sometimes the AI make a mistakes
Mhm.
and forget to erase the
Mm.
sign.
Ooh.
So they have to contract a lawyer
Yeah.
to do something against, for example, Midjourney,
Hmm.
for that kind of things that had happened, because they are a proof that they take without the permission of the artist
Yeah.
a copyright art.
Well, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted to talk to you about it, because it is so opposite of what you do. Like, I know, I've engaged cover artists for book covers before, and they're kind of like glorified photoshoppers. They just work only on a computer, and which is fine, but they only
Yeah.
work on a computer, and they just sort of composite some things together, resize, get different, fonts or whatever, and take images, from clip art, or sometimes just from the internet, from a Google image search,
Mhm.
and just like build something and kind of massage it. But you, at least with all the art that I've ever hired you for, you physically, it's like you put your humanity into the art. You put your heart and
Yes.
soul and your physicality, maybe or maybe not your blood,
Possibly your blood.
possibly your blood, into the it really is blood, sweat, and tears. I never thought about you maybe crying over the paintings I've commissioned you to do, but it's very funny. So what you do is just completely the opposite of what AI is offering people. And
Yeah.
for us, as people who refuse to use AI, who don't like AI, and who value humanity, we love the Roxana method, which is just purely human.
And I think that one of the problems is not that AI exists,
Yeah.
but one of the problems is that there's a market for it. That there are
Exactly.
some people that don't care about humanity. They don't care about
Exactly.
whether a human or not,
Yeah.
created it. They just want the
Yeah.
artwork, and they're willing to pay for it because it saves them time, saves them money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And to me, that's a problem. That people, that being said, there are a lot of people that want art made by a human now that they know that AI is a competitor with
Mhm.
humanity.
Yeah.
And those are the people that I want to reach. I
Yeah.
want to reach those people and assure them that I didn't use AI
Yeah.
to create my book, any part of it. So it was created by a human for a human, right? From one soul to
Yeah.
another. That's kind of that's what I'm about. That's what I'm about.
Yeah,
I'm really resistant to it.
I think that is the reason why you need to educate people
Yeah.
to understand the work of an artist,
Yeah.
because there are things that AI cannot replicate right now, like irony or sarcasm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. The way that you can maybe add some things of yourself
Mm-hmm.
hidden between the words.
Yeah.
That is something so hard to do in AI.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's important to educate people about culture and understand that the value of the art.
Yeah.
Tricky made an interesting comment. He said it will strive to become more acceptable to us. Maybe that's when it'll feel really scary. And what scares me is that if we see more and more and more AI generated art, and it becomes commonplace
Mm-hmm.
and acceptable, and we get used to it, and it's kind of like they're forcing us to get used to it, so there are less options. They're kind of forcing it into the market, and that's what they've done with technology. With every technology, they throw it at you, we adapt, and they don't give you a choice. You have to adapt it at some point, kind of like a smartphone. You kind of just have to adapt to using a smartphone, even if you don't want to. How
Yeah.
can you live in society without one?
Mhm.
And then you're kind of forced to use it. And I'm afraid that AI is moving to a place where we will be forced to use it in some way. Surprisingly, it started with art.
Did it really?
Yeah, those were the first areas where we saw the loss of people's livelihoods.
Oh yeah.
AI was able to write books before it was able to code.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's my 2 cents. I am not excited about I'm not optimistic about the future at all. I know that's really depressing and that's a big dark cloud, and I apologize.
I was a little depressed about that, but now no. I
Really?
feel better because there are a lot of things. For example, when you are in social media, you can ask and use Chat GPT to ask as you had an assistant. What are the best hashtags to that kind of book
Mm-hmm.
with mythology, with etc. And
Right.
Yeah.
ChatGPT give you all the best hashtags.
Oh sure.
So there are things that are better, but we have to be careful with we as an artist. So I think the best part or the way that we can change this is to create character, we as an artist, because people want to connect with another people.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And if you have if you are a good person, if you are crazy, if you use something different, people start to like you and see you as an character.
Yeah.
So AI cannot do that. Sorry, I don't have all the words because
That's
for
such
my
a
English.
good point. No, I know exactly what you're saying. That's a great point that I didn't think about, which is just an extension of what Nick and I have been talking about, especially with your Buy Human pledge.
Yeah.
Nick has like
Yeah.
this manifesto pledge where you can like sign up to let other people know that as a creator you refuse to use AI for anything, But it's so true what you're talking about, that in the connection process of the client and the creator and the artist making something together, you do end up having conversations, and you fall in love with the person as much as you do the product, and you learn to appreciate them. And it's almost like your personality starts to become, you, the individual, start to become the brand, not just the product that you produce.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because that is the way that we can do to people love our work. First, the person as a character, and then you can sell your books, your artwork, your everything.
Yeah.
So we need change our style and do a lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, that was a thing I noticed with you whenever we first got started with the paintings. I think it was last year, Roxana, if I remember correctly. Either last year or year before last. I'm trying to remember at this point.
Could be year before last when we first talked.
This is how old I'm getting. I'm like, what year was it again? But your process is awesome. You communicate, via text, through WhatsApp or email, and then there are several Zoom calls that you have with your client, and you walk through every single step of the process. You give us homework because you're also a teacher,
Yeah.
So be forewarned, if you think that you can hire Roxana and then just sit back and be lazy and do nothing, oh no, my friend, she will make you grow as a person.
Yes.
Yeah, you will.
Awesome. That's awesome.
That's the mastermind behind, the red hair. But yeah, I mean, that's part of, your process is part of the joy of what you're hiring, it seems like. And AI cannot take that.
No.
Yeah.
It's give people the experience of connect with another person, to give all the information that you need, all your dreams, colors, your favorite color, everything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What would you do if you were doing all of your art, but you didn't use social media at all to share it,
Hmm.
how would you market your art?
That's a good question.
Before social media, I I went to the different universities or schools to give classes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So there, as a master class and everything, I can have more that kind of commissions with people.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
But now with Facebook and Instagram, I do everything online.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You were teaching online courses for a little while, and then I think you had to step away from that. Have you started teaching again, or is that still
No,
put on hold?
it's put on hold
Is
because
it?
I have this year a lot of art exhibitions
Oh
in
yeah.
different. I had a one in Germany. Maybe I will have one in Spain, and there are maybe four in Mexico. So
Oh,
I
that's
have to work a lot.
Wow. Busy.
How do you get plugged in with those, and what's it like traveling to Germany and possibly going to Spain and traveling around and meeting all these different people? What's that experience like?
It's amazing because I never thought that I could do this. So
Yeah.
it's a dream for me. It's so tired, but it's a dream,
That's
and
awesome.
I
Good for you.
accept that it's a privilege because
Yeah.
there are a lot of people talented, but maybe don't have the time, or maybe don't have the correct contacts and people
Yeah.
near, and it's hard to get everything
Yeah.
like this in if you're an artist. So there are a lot of people that feel depression because they work a lot and didn't get anything,
Yeah.
and it's not because they don't have the talent. It's because life is different from everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so
Yeah.
true. There are so many unsung talents out there
Yep.
that if they're lucky, they get discovered after they're gone. You know,
Yeah.
but it really is networking. It really is,
Yeah.
and networking is like kind of a crappy way of putting it. It really is building relationships with other people, and making friends in your world.
Yeah.
That's how Hollywood survives. Stephen Pressfield, our favorite writer, he comes on here every quarter, and we talk to him about writing books, and he talked about that all the time. In one of his motivational books, he said, the way Hollywood operates is you move to Los Angeles, and then everybody who's like a big movie star or producer or director now, well, 30 years ago, they were all working in restaurants together. They were all
Yeah.
borrowing money from
Yeah.
each other, stealing each other's girlfriends and boyfriends, and like they had built relationships as they
Mhm.
came up.
You go there. You go to where the opportunity is.
Yeah. And that's if I remember correctly, I think that's a big reason why you're in Mexico City is because it has such a big art
Exactly.
scene, right?
My country is so tiny,
Mm-hmm.
so I I work a lot, but I feel that I have a boundary and
Mm.
I couldn't do more.
That makes
So
sense.
I came here to Mexico. It's really hard because there are a lot of talented artists. So
Hmm.
I need to train myself to learn a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I'm happy. I
Good.
need to improve more because I had a lot of dreams, but I'm happy.
Yeah.
That's awesome. One of our patrons, Tricky, asked if you've ever had any galleries. If you've ever done any galleries.
Yeah.
Well, it's the first time now with all that kind of art exhibit that I'm planning to do this
Okay.
year, because before of that I was doing a lot of commissions
Okay.
because I took care of my family a lot of years.
Okay.
So that's why I talk about the opportunities, because
Yeah.
it's life is hard,
Mm.
and I have been struggling a lot of years with that kind of resources.
No, yeah. Well, and people don't appreciate how much time and effort go into what you make. I mean, I said it last time. It's still true. you should be charging a lot more than what you charge for that. I mean, not
No,
me, but
for
you know,
you.
Yeah.
No.
I'm going to pay you in a moderate amount of money and cookies. That's that's our arrangement. No, but you charge a very reasonable rate for an amazing product. But whenever somebody commissions you for art, but at the same time, having been behind the scenes and seeing how much time and energy and effort you put into it, I mean, it's a whole lot more work than what people think it is
Yes.
to make these things.
Yes.
I mean, behind you have the Mandalorian, and I mean that's absolutely
Yeah.
beautiful.
It's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, how long did it take you to create that?
3 days, maybe.
Yeah.
Some hours, maybe 4 hours per day.
Man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
It's awesome. That's another
Yeah.
thing that we love about Roxana. She's a Star Wars fan.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
That is a gift from one student. See.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, a student gave you that? That's great.
Yes.
That's so cool.
I keep waiting for Disney to discover you and just turn you into
Yeah.
a character, Roxana. Yeah.
If you were a
That
character
is
in a
one of
Disney
my
movie,
dreams. Yeah,
if you could be a character in a Disney movie, would you be a hero or a villain?
villain.
Villain.
M-
Good
maybe
answer.
maybe Maleficent.
I was gonna say
Yeah, that's a good one.
Roxana's
Yeah.
Maleficent all the
Yeah.
way. Yeah.
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 The most stylish of all the
Yeah.
all the villains.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's
Uh-huh.
a good one. Hey, we should do our questions. We should
Oh
do our-
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a list of questions.
Mhm.
Oh, you have them there?
Yeah.
I'll let you go through it.
Okay.
And I sent these to you earlier. We're gonna go through them, kind of quickly. So shorter answers.
Yeah.
We did this last week with Jay
Yeah.
Reese.
Yeah. J. Reese Bradley,
And
a
had a
fellow
ton-
author, and
Ton of fun, but it helps people to just kind of get to know you a little more.
yeah.
And yeah, we have a lot of fun with these.
Awesome. And it'll be a good chance for all of our friends in the chat to cool down a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
most of our friends, we have a larger channel now than we did the last time we talked, and I think everybody in the chat has never seen your interview before. They're new, and so yeah, you might have a lot of secret admirers.
Yeah,
and,
now you have a bunch of
know.
secret admirers.
I
In the
hope
chat.
I hope so that I didn't scare them with the human sacrifice and everything.
No, you
it's
didn't.
Just a
Clearly
character.
not. No.
I'm a good person.
Yeah, no, clearly not. I'm pretty sure if you wanted to, Roxana, you could build an army off of, most of our friends. And fair enough, I mean, I can't blame him. Okay, so we call this segment the 5-minute freak, and this is just like, 5 or 6 fun questions for you. First question, what is your favorite joke?
All are in Spanish, so
Okay.
the ones that have irony and sarcasm.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
It's
Anything
all
with
that
irony
I'm
and
going to
sarcasm.
say.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Can
Fair
you
enough.
can you tell the joke can you think of a joke in Spanish that you can tell?
No, maybe
No?
kids see this.
Okay.
Nice. I like it.
Understood.
Yeah.
Understood.
You are Maleficent. This is
Yeah.
This is why I
Only
like
a
you.
Disney villain would not know a clean joke.
That's right. Okay, second question. If you could relive any decade from your life, which decade would it be and why?
As an artist, Renaissance
Renaissance.
for everything, but as a woman, perspective is hard. Maybe
Yeah.
future.
Oh,
Because
okay.
we lack of human rights in all the
Mm.
history. So that's tough.
Yeah, you want to go into the future where
Yes.
know,
maybe
yeah,
things
might be a
are
little
better.
easier.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Fair
Okay.
enough. Fair enough.
What is the nicest thing you have ever seen a stranger do for either you or anybody else?
Have empathy.
Yeah.
Sounds weird, but see people with empathy is rare right now. So when
Especially right
people-
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good point. After after the past few years with the pandemic slash plandemic and all of the isolation and all of the fear that every single person you meet is going to be some sort of biological vector, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it was really hard for strangers to, you know, just be kind and be human
Yeah.
to each other, you know, out on the street. And thankfully we've kind of moved past that a little.
Well, we've moved past it, but here in the U.S., we're going into an election season.
Oh yeah.
So
Now
we're,
everybody will-
you want to talk about no empathy, no
Exactly.
discourse.
Yeah.
Can't even have a conversation with someone that you know might not share the same opinion, which means it's a fight to the death.
Yeah.
Here,
You know.
here in Mexico, we're in the same time right now,
Yeah.
and there's a mess.
Strong
But,
opinions.
yeah, political opinions are
Are they
terrible.
just as passionate down there as we are up here?
yeah.
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 Well, at least we're not alone.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks all around.
Right.
It's the human nature.
Yeah.
Yeah. AI will save us from our politics, you know. Yeah. Real quick, Tricky made a really funny joke. He says, I have a friend who's a Spanish fireman. His name is Jose, and his brother is Hose B. Tricky is
Thank you, Tricky.
Tricky is in northern England, and he is like, I'm convinced he's maybe like the illegitimate child of Monty Python.
Yeah.
You know, the Monty Python
Ah.
guys. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah.
funniest people we've ever
Yeah.
had the
Good.
pleasure
That's
of knowing.
good.
He's a sweetheart. Okay, next question. This is one of our personal favorites. Who is your greatest hero, either living or dead, and why?
Marie Curie and Amelia Earhart,
Okay.
because
Ah.
they were women that fought against everything,
Yeah.
and they were dreamers. One as a scientist, the one as an aviator.
Mhm.
So it's magical.
Yep.
Ah, that's cool. Yep.
My kids just got done learning about Madame Curie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
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 I love her.
Yeah. Yeah. It's an admirable person.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, if you were forced to be in the Olympics, which country would you want to represent, and what sport would you perform?
We know the sport.
Gymnastics, yes.
Yeah. Well, maybe Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Okay.
My country, Costa Rica, and ice skating and gymnastics.
Okay.
Ah.
But my country is tropical.
right.
So we don't
Yeah.
have ice there, but maybe in that kind of sport with Mexico.
Okay. Are Mexico and Costa Rica are they like rivals in sporting events? Are they big rivals?
Well, we as Costa Ricans think that Mexico hate us
Okay.
because one time we win in a soccer match.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
One time.
One time. You
But Mexicans, they don't. They don't think about us anything.
Ah.
They don't care. They don't care. They
Yeah.
are better in football.
Oh, of course. Right. Uh-huh. This kind of sounds like England and Australia, and then also like America and Canada. You know.
Yeah, we don't think anything of Canada.
Yeah.
No offense to any Canadian brothers
we're
watching.
a little mean.
It's
to
not
Canada.
it's not the people we don't think about. It's
It's Justin Trudeau.
just everything. Just everything.
Yeah, it's just everything else. All right, final question in the 5-minute freak. If you were stranded on a desert island, Roxana, and you could only bring one book with you, and it's not the Bible, because sometimes people always say,
You
"Oh,
can't-
bring the Bible."
You can't say the Bible.
You can't say the Bible. Which book would it be and why?
The Art of War.
Ooh,
Stephen Press, The
Yes.
Art of War. Oh no, Sun Tzu, The Art of War.
Exactly.
Yes.
Because I need tools to survive.
That's awesome. I love.
I love that when you think of survival, you're thinking of war.
Yes. Yeah.
Fight.
That's good. Yeah. That's great.
That's why Roxana's cool.
Yeah.
That's why Roxana and I get along. We both get it. You know.
That's right. Same wavelength.
Uh-huh.
Same wavelength.
Yeah.
Very good.
Real quick, what do other artists in your community think about AI? Are they talking about it at all? Yeah.
A lot, because they are scared because they has not worked as an character, and there are a lot, especially the younger ones,
Mm-hmm.
that they don't work with companies. So if all the work that they get is from social networks.
Yeah.
So we are talking about change the way that we share our work. Maybe doing how do I say, lives, painting,
Mhm.
changing things. But yes, they are scared.
Are they?
Yeah.
Well, for now, physical media, actually painting the things is an angle that you guys have.
I saw a dog. Sorry.
Oh, the dog. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
That's
she's-
Shelby.
She's just needy. She's really needy right now. I think there's a storm outside.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah. This is Nick's dog, Shelby, and I'm a sucker for dogs. So every time she comes up, I have to pet her.
and she knows
You
it.
know? Yeah, she knows.
Look
it.
at
She
her.
knows
The way
what a
look at the way
sucker
she
I am.
looks at him lovingly.
Mhm, yeah.
I love that the dog is in the interview with me.
So sorry.
No.
She's an attention hog. She's got a diaper because she's old.
Yeah. And considering sometimes how long our interviews go, we might all three be wearing diapers.
I might have to wear one next time. Yeah.
I'm maybe wearing one right now. So physical media is something that you guys still, as artists, you have protection over. At some point though, somebody's going to hook a 3D printer or some sort of apparatus up to an AI, infused computer, and it's going to be able to do that sort of thing. Have you guys thought about any sort of code or imperfections or anything deliberate that you could start adding into your artwork so that people will know it's not AI, it's actually a human that made it?
Exactly. I have some hidden marks in my art. Every art has marks. For example, if you are drawing rocks with all the patterns, you can write letters in some part of the mountain.
Oh yeah.
And you give your client that clue.
Oh yeah. We discussed some stuff like that for some of the paintings.
Yeah.
With some of the constellations, and then I think there were maybe some little secret things in the map.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
I have a friend artist that do the same. They
Really?
use they add letters in some patterns in the sky, everything. So that is why they are more happy with the AI, because they have that strategy.
right.
But another artist don't have anything. Just depends of Instagram or Facebook on social networks.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of people down there, as maybe other artists and clients, who are not wanting to use AI at all? Is there any sort of
Yes.
resistance?
Yes.
Yeah.
There are a lot. There's one anime that's called One Piece. It's from Japan. The author of that anime, he's against AI.
Nice.
So they are very powerful people in the art industry that
Mhm.
is openly against that.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
To
Awesome.
hear. That's
We
good.
need people in the writing community
Yeah.
that are well known
Yeah.
that are also against AI.
Yeah.
What's it really will make you figure out. It's like a litmus test for who is a true artist and who's a hack. You know?
A cheat.
Exactly.
Yeah, a cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Someone who's
Some digital studios
Mhm.
ask the artist when they, for example, I send my portfolio and they see everything, and they ask me to go and draw in front of them, because they need to see that I am the real artist.
Yep.
That's
So
awesome.
Yep.
yeah.
See, and that's we were talking about this for writers a couple months ago. Like,
Mhm.
what if a composer or a writer made a video of them actually writing their music or
Yeah.
writing their book, so people could see that it's actually them typing on, like, for us, we could do it like on a typewriter,
Mhm.
that way
Exactly.
100% there was no cheating.
Yeah.
This is 100% authentic human.
Yeah.
Anyway,
There are artists in TikTok. I don't
Mhm.
know if you know TikTok.
Mhm.
They ask their followers to give them some clue words, and
Cool.
they, as an writers, create a small tale
Nice.
fast, so they
See.
can see they are the real creators of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and even with the videos, the deep fakes have become so bad that Jordan Peterson went on Twitter and talked about how, like, you should be able to sue companies for deep fakes,
Exactly.
because, like, so it's gonna get so bad that you won't be able to trust just about anything you see on the internet
Yep.
Mhm.
unless you have a personal connection that with somebody that you trust. I mean, in a
Yes.
weird way, it's like AI will end up helping your business model, Roxana, because you are so interactive.
Yep.
So I don't know.
That is true, because we as a woman has suffered a lot of that with
Mm.
porn.
Oh
There are a
yeah,
lot of people
sure.
that takes our face
That's right.
and
Yep.
put in another bodies, and
Mm-hmm.
that is so dangerous, because
Yeah.
a woman has been slut shaming, sorry
Yeah.
for the word,
Okay.
but it's complicated.
Yeah. Well, it's a depending on the person. I mean, you don't even have to be like in the industry. They could just
It can be anyone's face.
It could be anybody.
Anyone's, even child.
Right.
A little girls and little boys.
That is
It's so
happening.
dangerous.
That is
Yeah.
happening.
Yeah,
That is happening.
It's horrifying. And I even know you were talking about the story about the kidnappers.
Yeah.
You should tell Roxana that story. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
So there was this dad who dropped off his daughter at I think a birthday party or something. And later on, the dad got a phone call. And when he picked up the phone, there was a male voice on the other end that says, "I have your daughter," and asked for a ransom. And then the guy said, "I don't believe you. I know where my daughter is. You don't have her." And the kidnapper basically played a an audio of this man, the voice of this man's daughter, screaming for help.
My God.
So they could,
Right.
because this girl, obviously she had been online, she had been
Mhm.
playing games, maybe she had some YouTube videos where she
Or
was
TikTok.
talking, but they were able to use
They take the voice, and with an algorithm change the phrases and the words and
Yep.
everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it really freaked this dad out. He called his wife and said, "Hey, I dropped off our daughter at the birthday party, and now I got some guy. Is our daughter okay?" And the wife said, "Yeah, she's right here playing. Whatever,
Yeah.
she's fine." But the
Yeah.
dad was freaking out. He
Yeah.
thought maybe his daughter had been kidnapped.
Yeah. And they
I
used an
think
AI.
that is why, because here in Mexico, people is talking about that, because some people is using for fraud.
Yeah.
So even banks and between families are using some words that just they know in the family.
Oh yeah.
Mm.
If you are in danger, please
Mhm.
say, "I'm good."
Mhm.
Repeat the same word twice,
Yeah.
Oh,
and
Yeah,
I
have a
will know
safe
that
word.
it's you. You need to do that kind of code with your family,
We
and
have
even
we
with
have a
your
safe word.
daughter and everything.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. We our family, we did that when I was a little kid. Mom and dad did that with me. because I knew I like to like not listen to them and go exploring.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
know,
He was the bad guy.
I got spanked multiple times a day for the same thing. You know, I was a little stubborn, Roxana.
Stubborn,
I
yeah.
don't know what to
Stubborn.
tell you. You know, but it was also the only thing that worked. By the way, the only thing you could threaten me with that actually mattered was spanking. Yeah, you could take away all.
But you
my
had a
GI
safe.
Joes.
You had a safe word.
Oh, we did. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sweet potatoes.
Sweet potatoes. Hey, there you go. It's also southern. So
Yeah.
southern.
Yeah.
Cute.
It's so
Yeah.
southern.
It is. It's the most Bible Belt
Yeah.
thing
It is.
in the world.
Yeah.
No, that's true. I think there will have to be some sort of a cipher, some sort of a code between artists and clients.
Mhm. Well, Angela, J. Reese Bradley has one. So a friend of ours who's an author, she was on last week.
Yeah.
She writes kids books, and she recently published book 4 in her series.
Mhm.
And she's like me. She has refused to use AI, and she wants to make sure all of her all the buyers of her books, all her readers, know that she will not use AI. So what she did was in the title of her book, on the spine of the book, instead of using an apostrophe, she used a semicolon.
An intentional mistake.
It was an intentional mistake
Yeah.
that AI would never allow for that. It would never allow incorrect grammar or
Yes.
punctuation. So
Mhm.
she intentionally did it as kind of a human, like a flourish, a human flourish.
Uh-huh.
You know?
It's not a flaw, it's a feature.
Yep.
Yeah.
I bet Amazon
Yeah.
hated it. When she uploaded it to Amazon to publish it, I bet they were like, you gotta fix this.
Oh, let's see. An otherwise beautiful product with a minor flaw. Who does that remind me? Alana Rudd. That was her name.
Alana Rudd.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Alana Rudd. Beautiful girl, redhead. But what made her incredibly beautiful, like what made her stand out and endearing and made her lovable, like Roxana, you'll laugh at
Does
this.
she have Down syndrome or something?
Well, I mean, she had. Yeah, she was easy to trick. No.
Sorry to derail it. Sorry.
She had a snaggletooth.
Oh,
She had like
Okay.
a little snaggletooth. Like
Okay.
a little tooth was just like it.
yeah.
Like she was otherwise like picture perfect. But that actually, like the flaw in quotes actually is
Yeah.
what made her
Yeah.
endearingly beautiful.
Yeah.
It made her even more attractive
Yeah.
than if she were like just like perfect.
Uniquely beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so,
That's cool.
So for any girls watching this, like, you're fine,
Yeah.
like, don't worry about, like, girls hate their freckles, Roxana. And oh my gosh, it drives me crazy. I'm like, why are you covering up your freckles?
Girls need to stop scrolling.
I have
Instagram.
a lot.
You should flaunt your freckles, Roxana.
Absolutely.
Do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
I know. I've never convinced any girl of this. I'm not holding my breath, but still. But it's the same thing with art, of like,
Yes.
if you have a little flaw in there, because we as humans, we're flawed.
Where's the
You know?
signature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that is interesting because we as humans try to avoid the mistakes. And
Yeah.
now we need the mistakes to prove that we are
Exactly.
the
Exactly
right?
right.
yeah, it's,
Exactly right. That's
you
exactly
need to
it.
embrace that you are imperfect.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
And that's what J. Reese Bradley did.
Yeah.
And she actually published her book with that mistake on the cover.
Yeah.
And I admire it so much.
Yeah. It's pretty
It's
awesome.
so gutsy.
We're almost out of time, but I wanted to ask you before we let you go, Roxana. Can you tell us about your trip to Germany recently that you had?
Well, I had an artwork
Mhm.
in an art exhibit called The Beauty of Horrors.
Yeah.
It's
Mm.
part of the Gothic Festival.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So-
Gothic Festival. Ooh,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes. So I wanted to share the character of Medusa.
Yeah.
I don't know how do you say in
Interesting.
English.
Medusa.
You
Medusa.
nailed it. Yeah.
Medusa. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Because she has that image as an evil being.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
Yeah.
when you read all the myths, she was the victim. So I want to
Yeah.
share that part of her doing justice, getting their justice, killing the men that wanted to kill her.
I grow more and more terrified of you every day, Roxana.
Disney needs to produce a Broadway musical where Medusa is the hero.
Yeah, she is
Kind
a
of,
tragic
she's an
figure.
anti-hero.
Yeah. Well, she's definitely a tragic figure
Yeah.
because she what was it? She caught the eye of Zeus, is that right? And then Hera punished her. I think correct me if I'm
Something
wrong
like
on that,
that.
Roxanne. I'm trying to remember.
She was raped
Yeah, that's
by
right.
Zeus.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Because she was beautiful, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's like, dude, talk about like, double whammy of awful life events,
Exactly.
I mean,
And me as a woman, I am tired of that kind of narrative
yeah.
because all the women that wants to fight back of abuse,
Mhm.
people paint her like a villain.
Oh.
So that's not
yeah.
fair. I think I need to send the message that you can be powerful and you can
Mhm.
speak about that kind of things even if you are a little girl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Well,
agree.
yeah,
I
especially
agree.
horrible things like that,
Mm.
I mean, that's the weird part about that story is like to me as a man, the part that's like that happens to her and then it happens to Medusa and then like Hera in her jealousy, doesn't care about what happened to Medusa. Hera's just jealous and mad. So Hera turns her into a snake monster.
Right. She punishes Zeus
Yeah, by punishing her. By mutilating
Yeah.
Medusa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are people, maybe my ideas about I do the hand of Medusa with another hands, female hands holding her.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
One of her, the one that punished her.
Yeah.
Because I think maybe she didn't punish her. Maybe she gave her a tool to
Oh.
stop the people that wanted to abuse her.
I didn't think about that. That's a good point. Yeah.
Maybe it's a tool.
That'd be a good spin on a story.
Yeah. Well, was that Medusa painting that you did, Roxana, for a book about Medusa, or was it just a project for you?
Was a project for me.
Oh, that's your
Cool.
That's your book. There you go. Yeah.
Now you have to write a book.
One more thing. We already know
Secrets
you're a
out.
writer,
Secrets
Roxana.
out.
Come on.
No, exclusive. No.
I know. Yeah, we'll delete all this. Yeah, promise. Awesome. Well, Roxana, this has been such a blast. We're a little over an hour, so I know we're kind of pushing time for you. We really enjoy you being here, as always.
Yeah, thanks again.
This was awesome. How busy are you? How far out are you in case somebody wants to hire you to do some work for them? And how can people reach you?
Well, I am in Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok as Roxana Bo Arts or Roxana Bo Arts in Spanish.
Yep.
They can reach me there, and I can do commissions maybe in a month.
Okay.
When I will end or finish all the artwork that I'm working right now. But I'm so happy to be with you again, with your
Likewise.
people here that I cannot read everything, but maybe they are scared about myself or all the sacrifice or the dark things and killed men.
No, I'm telling you, they're all in love with you, Roxana.
Yeah, they're all in love with you. They love you.
Sorry,
they love
I'm
you.
sorry for my English. I need to improve.
No, it's great. Don't worry about that.
Whatever. Sure. I'm gonna say yes, even though it's not true. Yeah.
Okay, you have to. You need the next time we have you on, you have to do a joke in English.
Oh, there you
So
go.
you have time. You have time.
There's your homework.
That's my homework.
That's your homework.
That will be my homework.
Yes.
We have to speak your language, in order to, yeah.
Yes, and you need to learn a joke in Spanish.
Ooh.
Okay. Deal. It's a deal.
Deal.
Okay.
It's a deal.
Yep. Deal.
Right.
Learn
Actually, it's 2 jokes. You have to do one,
Joke.
and I have to do one.
And I want to say hi to your daughter because Nick has a
Ah.
very talented daughter, and I never forget her.
Thank you.
So
I'll let her know you
hi
said
for
that.
her. I love you.
Thank you so much. Eva May's she'll flip when I tell her that.
Are you going to do any online teaching this year, or are you going to wait maybe until next year?
Next year,
Next year?
because
Okay.
this year I need to work a lot, so
Yeah.
I will be prepared the next year.
Cool.
Cool.
And future projects that are coming up, future festivals, if anybody, maybe wanted to, attend or purchase any of your products or anything like that. What do you
Yes,
have,
here I'm working with some brands of art.
Yeah. Our dog just
Sorry, our dog
I
just
got
bumped the
distracted.
camera.
Shelby just hit the camera.
So I will be doing some master classes here in Mexico
Okay.
Nice.
for
Okay.
that company with the oil technique
Mhm.
for all the people that want to learn. Maybe from people from Mexico, maybe online for worldwide.
Nice.
So I'm going to give that information soon in my networks and all the art exhibit that I'm planning.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Well, when I get done editing the 7th novel, I think we've talked about it before, but I'm gonna need a cover for it. So, yep. So
I will be so happy to do that.
I miss it. We've done it twice now, and it's the kind of thing where like every 6 months you get to a point where you're like, man, I haven't talked to Roxana in a while. I need to hire her for something, just so we can like have this cool, back and forth. It is the most fun hiring you for a project. Anybody
Thank
out
you so
there
much.
who is a writer or anybody who wants artwork made for them, I can't tell you how much fun it is working with Roxana. She will make you grow as a person, and she will teach you a lot, and it's always just fun. It's just cool.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. You're an
Absolutely.
angel, even if you look like a dark Viking.
Oh, that's high praise.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
That's
Yeah,
great.
just end the whole show right now. We're done. Yeah, it
Nick
doesn't get any better
Nick
than that.
is the noble at night.
Yeah, he is,
Nick
I'll
right?
take
is
that.
So,
Yeah.
I'll take that.
elegant
Uh-huh.
and
Straight laced.
and you are
I'm the barbarian.
Yeah.
the savage part,
I'll take it. And you are the
the
Fire.
crazy part.
You're the
you're the spider monkey that we throw at the
the fiery red-headed wizard.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Or possibly ninja. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. You're always dressed in black, Roxanne. I'm not convinced you're not a ninja. I'm just saying.
Well, I dress in black because when I was young, I was gothic. But
Oh, yeah.
now
Okay.
it's because I think it's quick. I don't need to choose a lot of colors and everything, and I can focus my attention in my work.
Oh, that's cool. Spoken like a
Yeah.
true artist. Absolutely. That's awesome. All right, Roxana.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. We always enjoy our time with you, and we can't wait to have you back sometime.
Thank you so much for everything.
Absolutely.
And
You're
take
welcome.
care.
Great to see you.
You too. See you, kiddo.
Bye.
Bye. Roxana Barona Oliva. Roxana Beau Arts.
You do that way better than I do.
Dude, I've been trying because Roxana had to teach me how to say it because, I'm dumb. So, and even then, I probably still mess it up a little bit. But
I like that I'm the
she
noble.
says I'm right.
I like that I'm the noble.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm a little pretentious, so that's good.
Nick's just like, his back is straight all the time.
Yeah.
Or
well, I'm
at least it
slouching
looks
right
like
now.
he's straight. Whereas I'm just like,
Tricky said Conan. Just fine. Conan the Barbarian.
mhm.
Conan O'Brien. That's
Conan and Conan.
right. Conan and Conan.
You'd be over here with the claymore doing some things, and you could be over here doing the little little marionette dance,
Get whiny.
doing a Jay Leno impression. Anyways, Roxana Beau Arts. Sometimes it's Roxana _Beau Arts. So you will want to check her out on social media. She is awesome. She has my the paintings that she did for Empyrean Falling on there, and she's a smart cookie, and she's so much fun, and she's just like she's a true professional.
Yeah.
So we really adore Roxana.
Yeah.
How could you not?
Yeah, I know. She's great.
Come on,
She's great to talk to.
Yeah, she's like destroyed the hearts of every man in the chat, and I feel you guys. Yeah,
Sound off.
you know.
Tell us how awesome Roxana is. I'm putting the chat on the screen.
Yep,
She's a beautiful artist. She's super talented.
and she's funny.
Yeah, insightful.
Yeah,
Yeah, she's great.
and she's really easygoing. She's very fun. Like she's like that in all of our Zoom calls. You know, yeah, Cactus, I get it, buddy.
Yep.
Trust me, I know, 100%, dude. Yep. We should just die now.
It's over.
It's over. Ain't better than this. Whatever.
She's taken, so it's over.
Yep. Yep. She's married, so time to just commit seppuku. It's fine. Let's see.
Speaking of that, so I've been reading this book about the Roman Republic before the Caesars.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
And they were talking about this like massive nomadic tribe of barbarians that the Romans eventually conquered.
Yeah.
And in that final battle, when the Romans beat them, they had the barbarians on the retreat.
Mm-hmm.
This is how hardcore these barbarian people were.
Yeah.
As the barbarian men were running back away, they're running away back to their camp.
Mm-hmm.
Their wives would slaughter the husbands because they were retreating. They would they would dress in black, and they would kill any retreating father, husband, brother,
Son.
child. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they would take their children and kill their own children, throw them under carts and under cattle to be stomped to death, and then they'd slit their own throats. That's how hardcore these ancients were.
Yeah.
Better that than a Roman slave, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you talk about seppuku, and I'm like,
yeah.
that sounds.
Where's that chick?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's my caliber.
Ain't no
of chick.
excuses with
Uh-huh.
that one.
Well, that's like the Spartan women. You know, Spartan women were hardcore. Man.
Yeah. What's that line from the
You know?
movie? Come back with your shield or on it.
With your shield or on it.
Yeah.
In fact, there's a compilation. I don't know if it's actually like copyrighted or not, but there is a book out there called Sayings of Spartan Women, and it is totally worth. If you want to figure out like what your wife should be like, that's a good supplement. That is a great supplement to like, you know, what kind of person you should be looking for. in
Yeah,
a
and
wife.
Pressfield writes about that in the Warrior Ethos.
Oh
He
yeah.
writes about the Spartan women.
Yeah. Well, there was the concept of the aspis was your shield. That's what it was called. The actual shield that the Spartans used was called an aspis. And so there was this concept called the rip aspis, which is where
I'm sorry.
I know. Yeah, rip aspis. Where you're a shield flinger, you know.
Okay.
And so there's that story of the Spartan mother who her son is a is a rip aspis, and he comes home from the battle, you know, and he's like, Mom, you know, everybody's dead except for me. Like, aren't you happy to see me?
Mm.
And she immediately goes and gets the elders, and they tie him up, and they build a stone like tomb around him. They bury him alive.
Mm.
Yeah, you know, they don't dig a hole. They just start they hog tie him and start piling stones around him and encase him in stones. And his own mother lays the first stone.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and there's a great moment in Gates of Fire where where like there's this big military blunder. The Spartans were notoriously conservative, sticks in the mud. They did not like to march out. They didn't like to muster all their troops up and go fight. You think they would, but they actually didn't like to do that because it would leave their women and children behind with the 10-to-1 slave population. And so they only went out when they really had to. And one time they marched out to like try and fight somebody, but the enemy wasn't there. And so and it was like a full call up. It was like all 10,000 Spartans from the middle and upper class, you know, who were all the only ones who could afford the armor.
Yeah.
And they all get there and like no one's there. So the whole army comes back to Sparta bloodless,
Gosh.
unblooded. And the women in Gates of Fire, like the women are furious, and all the women get together and they like pull their combs out of their hair. And they're like, next time, why don't you send us with these? Because we could do a better job. You know, it's awesome. Yeah. So anyways, yeah. let's see. I'm just reading through comments here. Flinger. Yeah, Cactus gets it. Yeah, he knows what's funny. Committed insurgent women. Yeah, pretty much.
Let's see. And Overbuilt says, I've been hitting off with a gal. She's 15 years my younger, but I ain't a bit dried up as most. Most guys my age or the gals.
So it fits better. Well, good for you, Overbuilt.
Man, I suck grammar.
But you know what? Yeah, funny and ironic. But you also spelled grammar correctly, so you get points for spelling.
Spelling.
You know?
Points for spelling.
Yeah. Tricky says, as long as you're not 30, Overbuilt.
Hey. What did Mark Twain say? Age is what is it?
Age is just mind over matter. If you don't mind, it don't matter. My, you have a beautiful smile. What's your name? Dude, I almost did that today.
Oh my, that is a good one. And he writes it down.
Oh, that is a good one. If you guys have never seen the Tesla and Twain video,
Phenomenal.
Tesla and Twain. Yeah, it's a little.
You can find it on
Vimeo.
Vimeo, yeah.
It might be back on YouTube. It comes and goes every now and then. I don't know.
Maybe
It's,
Rumble.
Yeah, probably Rumble.
Yep.
But Vimeo, Tesla and Twain. It's
Tesla
a little
and Twain. You gotta check it out.
5 to 7 minute comedy skit about Nikola Tesla and Mark Twain traveling to modern day, and it's done by a couple of comedy guys from Summer of Tears. I think in 2010, maybe 2012. So it's been around a while.
Yeah,
it's really funny. So, anyways, let's see. You want to do Book Nook?
Yeah, let's make it quick though. We're running.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
getting,
we are.
We're cut. We only have like 8 minutes left, and I gotta get going.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? Let's wait till
Let's do that maybe next time.
Yeah, we'll do it next time because we Nick and I really kind of budgeted for maybe half an hour for the interview, but Roxana's so awesome, she gave us a lot more time. And one of the we have like some things we want to do for the Thirsty Thursdays, and it includes Book Nook, where
Book Nook,
where we either talk about our books, or we talk about books that we like that no one's ever heard of, or we talk about books that we hate that everybody loves. Yeah. Give them one. Do you have one ready to go? Can you give them one book that you hate that everybody loves?
No, because I don't read books I hate.
Yeah,
but I know if I'm gonna hate them.
Yeah,
I know if I'm gonna hate them before I read them. The cover and the description and the first couple pages. Yeah, and sometimes the table of contents,
and sometimes the author name.
Yeah, definitely that.
Yeah,
or the author like biopic.
Oh,
like no, they don't look like they can. No,
I'll give you 3. House of Leaves by Mark D. Or Mark Z. Danielewski. Totally overrated.
Okay.
Hipster fodder. Awful. Ugh. Hate it. Disgusting. Degenerate filth. Dude. Yeah. And I read the whole thing, by the way. Jamie Cordero. I know you still don't believe me, but it was your recommend, and I read it.
I can't finish a book I don't like.
Dude, it was awful. I hated it.
Just can't do it.
The Navidson report was okay, but it was only 70 pages in like a 500-page book. Anyways, yeah. Tale of Two Cities. Hate it.
Oh, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I can't.
It's a tome.
I hated that book so much. I attacked it with a Roman Pugio dagger when I was done reading it.
Yeah,
for school.
We should. I have some books that I hate. You could bring a couple over, and we could like throw them in the fire pit.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Make a video.
It'd be cathartic.
Yeah.
And then Angels and Demons by Dan Brown.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, I made it 80 pages into that book before I realized this is awful crap written for retards. I'm done.
People are like, are these two white guys talking about burning books?
Yep.
Yahoo.
Yeah.
The ones that suck.
Yeah, we are. We are talking about the combustion of degenerate written word. We are here.
It is a combustion of bad ideas.
It is an obliteration of bad ideas. Dare I say, I won't say. I just will say we have very good ideas on how to get rid of bad books. You just crank the flames up, and you just let the fire do the work for you.
The fire will do the work.
The flames will do the work for you. You have to do nothing.
They belong in hell, so we are only happy to accommodate.
They came from hell, so we are happy to provide them a home for here.
We are just
That
sending
is-
them back.
and that is
They are
important.
homesick. I want to send
They
them
are
back
homesick.
home.
We are just sending them back to where they belong.
I was thinking about writing a book and call the title of the book, "Burn This Book." Subtitle, but read it first.
Right, yeah, but read it first.
Please.
Yeah, please. Yeah. So anyway, so like Book Nook is something we want to do at some point, and then for now I'm calling it Weekly Seen It, where
Okay.
we just like, talk about one thing that we've either seen or read, and then we have another thing that we were talking about today that I'm just calling it Expat. Where if you had to, and we would want to do this, like, this would be a good question for our Patreons too.
Yeah.
If you had to leave your country right now, you're forced to leave with your family and everything, and you had to go live somewhere else, some other country, what other country would it be?
Good question.
And then Nick had, you had a good idea about, like, if you could live in another land in another time.
Another time, yeah.
Perhaps a land before time.
Would want to hear.
With the gay dinosaurs.
And we definitely not with the gay dinosaurs. Definitely not with it. I wouldn't want to live with the straight dinosaurs.
The more you think about gay dinosaurs, the funnier
It is funny. Why do they went extinct?
I mean, you're not making any new ones,
Biceratops.
Homosaurus Rex.
And those are the clean ones.
The chat is just like everybody's just giving up.
Like, I've got
Like,
nothing.
I don't know what.
Pteranodon?
Yeah.
Pteranodont.
That's what it was. Yeah. Let me pull this up. Let me get a
Stegosaurus.
Stegosaurus. Yeah. All right. Let me see. Let me run through the chat here because I think our chat
Did it
locked
freeze up?
Yeah,
Oh,
it locked
dadgummit.
up on our
Let me turn it
screen.
off then. Let me turn it off
So,
if it's locked up.
Let's see.
Yeah, we kind of hit that hour and a half mark.
Yeah. I'm just going through here. The author repeats
Stupid
statement.
Bree stream.
Let's see. Tricky says I'll send you a couple of brown shirts. Yeah.
Okay, please don't.
Good. They can match my brown pants. Bring me my brown pants. Let's see. Okay.
That's one you could do in Spanish.
Oh, that'd be a good one. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, cool. Oh, wait. John, Homosaurus died. Homosaurus dino.
Okay.
Tricky had a good one too, but I was having a hard time pronouncing it. I'm sorry, Tricky. Hang on. Let me go back here. Holsaurus saws.
Where is it?
It's the second one up, the bottom.
No. Oh, gosh.
All right, let's get the
Oh, my
obligatories and get out of here
God. All
before
right.
we get ourselves in trouble. Those were awesome.
Those were great. Those were
You
great.
guys are hilarious.
Let's just do the real quick shout out to the patrons,
Oh yeah,
and then we can call it a night if that's all right.
yeah, sure. Do we have music?
Not really. Maybe you guys won't be able to hear it very well, but let's try it. You hear that? All right. Here we go. Starting with our Spartan level patron, we have Goss Hog Lifts, which you guys should go over to his Instagram page. Inspiring content for young men who kind of want to strike down the darkness.
He
and
is
just
at
need
a
a little
leadership.
inspiration.
Yeah, he's at a leadership conference right now. Specializes in weightlifting and training.
Yep. Pressfield level patrons, Melissa S., Joanna B., Lisa S., Hemingway level patrons, the mighty Greg, Patricia, Tim S., Jody, Merkin, Cars, Tricky Subject, who's in the chat tonight. What up, Tricky? Yes, sir. Thank you for your support. Orwell level patrons, we have Callie, Kenya, Karen, Nancy, Rita, Orlando, Mark A., Joshua, Courtney B., Bob, Margaret, Julie, Rita Lee, Savannah Bay, Joshua B., Lenka, Lanya, Melissa, Vicky, Kelly, Marcia. Man, Thank you so much for hanging in there with us. Jabber, Charmaine, Jerry, Marcia, Cheryl, Chris Caps.
Yeah.
I didn't see him in the chat tonight. He's
No,
not
he
in the
wasn't on
chat.
tonight.
Karen, Canine Training, Mama Shaw OC, Cascadian Breeze, Gay Bella Music, and Mike Fisher.
Yeah.
Carol J, Jamie J, Sean E, Sunny, Michelle, Charlotte, Bueller. And if you are not on that list and you want to be, go over to patreon.com/the Goslings.
Yeah.
We would be honored to have your support.
Still ended it nicely.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Landed it gently there at the end.
Yeah.
Almost overshot the
Coming in
runway.
a little hot,
I was.
touching down.
I landed right on the numbers, right on the paint at the end of the runway.
You're like Charlie Sheen in Hot Shots in the end when he's like,
Is it Hot Shots 2 or Hot Shots? The
I
first
think it's the first Hot Shot.
touching down.
Touching down, and it's the chassis of the plane. The Phantom just lands.
No
on
wings.
no wings, no fins.
Smoke.
Just plops down right on the tarmac. Yeah, right on the deck.
Yes.
It's awesome.
All right. Well, that's all we got tonight, guys. We appreciate you being here. Thank you for watching.
Yes.
And hope you enjoyed the interview. Our Thursday with our live guest, Roxana. And on Sunday, we're going to be airing the interview we had with Tim Cohen as we reviewed the coronation of the beast.
Yeah.
Charles III.
The coronation of the beast.
Yeah.
Dun, 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 with the Grim Reaper. Dun, 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 dun,
Yeah, we
dun.
talk about that Grim Reaper figure in the
Yeah.
background.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. Hope you guys can join us. That'll be at 6 Central Standard Time.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's it.
It's awesome. And I'll tell you real quick before we go, we do a Patreon only segment with our guests whenever we pre-record the interviews, and our Patreon only segment with Tim this time was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good.
It was really, really good.
Yeah.
And I know it's Patreon only. There's a part of me that's like, man, like I almost want, that's so good. I almost want to make it public, you know?
Yeah, it's that good.
We're not gonna, but it's
No, it might get us a strike.
Yeah, honestly, we couldn't do it because it would get us a strike, but it was like heavy logos. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyways, we hope to see everybody Sunday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, and here on the Goslings when we air our interview with Tim Cohen. I hope you will all join us then. In the meantime, I'm Jonathan.
And I'm Nick. Mr. Negative.
And we are the Goslings. Go forth
And strike down the darkness.
vertical punch.
See you guys.